There's a few different commands we're going to learn today. The first one is scale. So I'm going to start in my 0 layer here so everyone can see. So I'm going to start by just sort of drawing a random object here. So I have this object here, and I'm going to copy it. Copy it a couple times here. And I'm going to, I'll do a quick dimension here. So just from top to bottom. So I see that this is 6.3 from the top to the bottom. Now I have another one here. And say I want this one just to be twice as large. So to scale it, the command is scale. So it's scale, hit enter. And then looking at my command bar here, I see I'm in my scale command, and it's asking me to specify a base point. So I'm going to put, I'll just have the bottom here. So that's going to be the point at which it is going to expand from, scale from. And why did that not work at all? Okay, let's try it again here. Scale, specify my base point. Okay, and then now looking down here, you can see it's asking me to specify a factor. So you'll notice as I move my mouse, it's enlarging my image. But let's say I just want it to be twice as large. So that would be a factor of 2. So I'll get 2, enter. And now if I take a dimension of this, we can see that's 12.6, which is exactly twice as our 6.3. So it has enlarged it perfectly, exactly a scale of 2. What we tend to do mostly in this class is scale things to very specific dimensions. So let's say we drew this and we realized, oh no, it's not supposed to be 6.3, it's supposed to be exactly 5 from the top to the bottom. In that case, I'm going to select my object. I'm going to hit scale. And I'll do the same bottom here as my base point. And then this time, you'll notice down here where it says specify scale factor, and we have 2 options here, and one of them is reference. So we're going to hit R for reference. And now it's asking me to specify our reference length. So I'm going to go from the bottom here, and I want to go kind of straight up and across. So I'm going to do bottom to the top, and then I'm going to punch in the new length. So what I say, 5. So I'm going to hit 5, enter, and now it has scaled that object to be exactly, well, I was close. Let's try that one more time. What I need to do is just put a little. Okay, so scale. Select my bottom as our base point. I'm hitting R for reference. I'm going from our bottom straight up to here. And then I'm specifying a new length of 5. There we go. And now our dimension is exactly 5. So it's a little complex at first, but once you do it a few times, you'll get it figured out. And we'll be using scale quite a bit in this class. It's a pretty nice command, and easy to manipulate things around. Okay, next command we need to learn for today. Okay. When we draw lines, so here I have these lines. This kind of comes from the olden days in CAD where we had plotters, and the plotters actually had pens with different thickness, so you could actually plot things with different thickness lines, which in the day was really cool. And we still have those features today, and it's called Lineweight. So what I can do is I can select one of my lines here, and I just want this line to be thicker. I'm going to go over to my properties here, and you'll see here I have an option here for line weight. And normally we always have this set by layer. So whatever layer you're in, that's the line weight it's going to use, but we can manually override that. So say I want a nice thick line of 2 millimeters. So in the olden days that would be a pen that actually had a 2 millimeter tip to it. But yeah, it's basically that simple. So I have just created this line. This line is going to be 2 millimeters. I could do another one here that's say 0.8, not quite as thick. So pretty easy to set line weights. And like I say, normally we can do this just by layers, but you can manually select multiple lines. Say I made a mistake here. I just want all of these lines to be exactly 1 millimeter. So I can click on 1 millimeter and it'll edit them all. Okay, and then the third new thing we need to learn today is the ellipse command. So a ellipse is like a squished circle. I guess you could call it like a oval, maybe.
Bless you.
So the way a ellipse works, like a circle, we begin by specifying a center point, and then we go out to our radius, and then we adjust our thickness this way here. So that works. So that's the ellipse tool. So it's on our toolbar here, or you can go to Draw, and here it is, ellipse, a couple different flavors of it. But for today, I think we're mostly just doing center. We could do axis and end as well. So if I wanted to do an axis all the way across and then adjust this way. So it's kind of like the difference between doing a radius and doing a diameter. If I wanted my ellipse the other direction, I would specify my radius up first and then move it around like so. Other than that, they're treated like any other object in CAD. I can say move my ellipse here, run my trim command, get rid of these. And I still have the entire object here for the ellipse. So any questions on scaling, line weight, or the ellipse tool? Okay. And that